Hey guys, and welcome back to Buzzer to Buzzer.
All right, guys, so the 12th week of the 2020 NFL season is upon us, and boy, oh boy, we got some great matches coming up. So, per the usual, we're going to be going over our top 5 matchups, making our predictions for this Thanksgiving week of football. So, without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, guys, so the first game which we're going to be predicting for this upcoming week is going to be the one between the Tennessee Titans and the Indianapolis Colts. Now, guys, the Colts are coming off of a dominant win against the Packers in overtime, and both teams are sitting at a 7-3 record. Our thoughts on this matchup?
2 weeks ago, before the Colts played the Packers, the Colts shut down the Titans. So I feel like not a lot's going to change here. A lot of people have still been doubting the Colts this whole season, and I feel like after they beat the Titans, and then coming off this win against the Packers, I don't think anyone's questioning how good of a team they are. So I'm definitely have to go with the Colts on this one.
The biggest strength that the Titans have is the running game, and then the Colts' biggest strength is their deep run defense. And so, I think they're able to effectively shut down Derrick Henry to a point where, Ryan Tannehill isn't able to throw the ball off play action, and that should limit the Titans' offense enough to where the Colts can win the game on offense.
I think a good comparison for this situation is the Bears' run defense and the Colts' run defense, right? They're both good, but the Bears' offense is significantly worse. And here, the Colts' offense is good enough to, put up enough points to beat the Titans in a situation like this. And stopping Derrick Henry is all you need to do to beat the Titans. And I think the Colts have this one in the bag.
Exactly, guys. I've been seeing Phillip Rivers playing phenomenally. I think we all have in that AFC South. It's going to be a great matchup once again. I feel like the Colts are going to edge out by probably a field goal. Who knows? It's going to be a close game, but I got faith in the Colts offense, and they're going to pull away. Moving on to 8-3. All right, guys, moving on toward the second game which we're predicting for this week. That's going to be the game which was supposed to be played today, but was moved to Sunday due to some COVID-19 protocol issues. That being between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, guys, the Steelers are going to be defending their 10-0 record against the Ravens, who have been looking a bit hobbled for the past couple of weeks with a 6-4 record. Our thoughts on this game?
I think in this game, the Steelers should win pretty easily. Lamar Jackson's been struggling the last few weeks, and I doubt that J.K. Dobbins, Mark Ingram, Calais Campbell, I doubt they're going to be back off the COVID list by then. And so, I don't think their defense will be able to shut down the Steelers' offense, and Lamar Jackson's going to have to go above and beyond, which I don't think he will be able to.
Yeah, we saw what happened in their last matchup between the Steelers and the Ravens. It was a really close game, down to the wire, the final drive. But I feel like Arden said, this one's not gonna be as close. I feel like the entire Ravens offense has just been in a slump recently. Lamar Jackson, obviously leading that offense, hasn't been performing like he did last year. He hasn't been getting those numbers, those MVP numbers. And the Steelers' offense is also looking very good. What we saw last week against the Jaguars, even though they are not a great of a team, the Jaguars, their offense for the Steelers is still very good, and so is their defense. So I think this shouldn't be super close of a game. The Steelers taking the dub.
Yeah, I think the Steelers have a lot to work from here. They're 10-0 to begin with, and the Ravens are obviously not the same team they saw a few weeks back with a lot of players on their COVID-19 list. And so for the Steelers to come out and just play the same way they played 2 weeks ago, that'd be enough to get them the victory. And, with Mike Tomlin as their coach, that's not hard to achieve for them.
Exactly, guys. Looks like we're all going with the same team for the first 2 games. The Steelers, you can't pick against 10-0 record. There's a reason why they're number 1 on our power rankings, and that being not only did they got the defense, but they got that offense looking nice as well. We've seen Ben Roethlisberger getting week by week better in each week. Pretty scary to think about. And the Ravens missing out on some running backs, like I already mentioned, missing out on Calais Campbell as well. I feel like they're already down on the numbers, and this game is just going to be a wide margin victory for the Steelers. All right, guys, moving on towards the third game, which we are going to be predicting for this week, that being between the Justin Herbert-led Los Angeles Chargers against the Buffalo Bills. Now, guys, both teams have sort of flipped records, with the Bills being 7-3 and the Chargers being 3-7. Our thoughts on this upcoming matchup?
I feel like this matchup is not going to be that close. In fact, I think it's going to be like the biggest blowout of all the matchups we're predicting this week. That's something that the Chargers struggle with is obviously their defense, right? And the Buffalo Bills have a high-powered offense with Josh Allen leading them, Stephon Diggs, Devin Singletary. So the Chargers offense is probably going to put up a decent amount of points. I don't think that's like a question. Justin Herbert has been doing amazing all season, and he's going to continue against the Bills defense. But I think where the Bills are going to win is in their offense against the Chargers defense. So they should take that win.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to actually be a pretty close game. And but I do have the Bills winning. I think it's going to be a shootout between the two quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. But I think the Chargers defense is going to blow the game, and the Bills should take this one.
Yeah, for sure. The Chargers, they've been in close games all year. They've really only had one blowout this whole season, and their 3-7 record doesn't reflect that, obviously, but they are a very competitive team, and they'll keep it competitive with mostly any team in this league. And so to say it'll be a blowout is a bit of an overstatement, but I do see the Bills winning here because that Chargers defense is very abysmal and definitely cannot hold leads. So even if going into the fourth quarter, the Chargers is, if the Chargers are leading by 14 points, I still see the Bills coming back and winning that game. So I have to pick the Bills this week.
Yeah, exactly. I think the Chargers still have not even faced a double-digit loss throughout this whole season. One of the only couple of teams to do that. But I've seen them blow way too many leads. I want to place my faith in Justin Herbert once again. I know he can get the job done. I'm not sure about that defense. Austin Eckler might be returning this week as well, so there's a possibility, which is why this game is going to be close. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the reality. The Bills are going to edge out. All right, guys, moving on towards the fourth game, which we are going to be predicting for this week, that being between the Patrick Mahomes-led Kansas City Chiefs against the Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, guys, I think it's safe to say both of these teams are exceptional. It's going to be a tough pick, but our thoughts on this upcoming game?
I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs on this one. Both teams have great records, and they're both great teams. Great teams, don't get me wrong. But if you look at the Chiefs' offense, right, they have the most overpowered offense in the entire league, no question. And that being said, their defense is also very amazing. Their O-line is great. Obviously, they have the Legion of Zoom with their receivers, Travis Kelce. They're just looking like an amazing team right now with only that one loss to the Raiders. And the Buccaneers coming off a loss against the Rams. I don't really know how good Tom Brady's going to do, so I'm definitely going to have to go with the Chiefs on this one.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think the Chiefs' offense is probably by far the best in the league. And, Tom Brady hasn't looked like the Tom Brady we were used to seeing. He's been throwing a lot of picks, a lot of bad throws lately, not reading defenses. And you even see Bruce Arians coming out and, calling him out. I think, hopefully he gets that issue fixed. But as of right now, I think the Chiefs are a better team in this matchup.
When Tom Brady signed with Tampa Bay, everyone thought it was a matter for his legacy. He wanted to win against teams like the Saints. Obviously, he failed to do that. He wanted to play against He wanted to play against the Chiefs. He wanted to play against Green Bay. He wanted to play against all these big name teams in order to prove that, hey, he's the man. He can beat all these great quarterbacks, and he's the greatest to ever do it, no question. And so, as much as I like betting against Tom Brady in situations where we're playing a good team and especially a particularly well-played defense or coordinated defense at least, I also don't like betting against Tom Brady losing 2 games in a row. This man, he rarely ever does it. And for a bet against Tom Brady to lose 2 games in a row, especially in a big statement win, this is one of the main reasons why he came to Tampa Bay, to beat Patrick Mahomes and Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers. And he already lost twice to Drew Brees. He's not going to let a statement be made over him. And I think he's going to come out and play lights out.
Well, Harsh, I don't want to pick against Tom Brady as well, but one thing which I've noticed throughout this whole season is that the defense, when the other team defense is good, Tom Brady cannot hold the ball for too long. He's a man who likes to get the ball off quick, get those check down plays, and he's not a quarterback who frankly likes to take the big hits. And I feel like the Chiefs defense is going to be one of the hardest defense which they are going to play throughout this whole season. And the offense, you cannot pick against Patrick Mahomes. Game in, game out. This man goes to show us that he is a phenomenal quarterback. There's nothing much more to say about him. And I feel like I can never go against Patrick Mahomes, which is why I got the Chiefs winning this game. All right, guys, now moving on towards the game which all 4 of us have been looking forward to. It's the beginning of this season, and finally, after 12 weeks, it has arrived. That, of course, being the Chicago Bears against the Green Bay Packers. Now, guys, not only is this going to be an exciting game, but we found out some exciting news yesterday. That concerning the quarterback situation with Mitchell Trubisky being named the starter for this Sunday night matchup. Guys, I know we got a lot to say about this game. Our thoughts?
As a Bears fan, when we picked Mitchell Trubisky in 2017, I thought he was the answer to our quarterback issues for a long time. And obviously that hasn't been the case. And this is probably his last year in Chicago. And this year hasn't gone the way we wanted it to go. But to end off the season with Mitchell Trubisky at the quarterback position is the only way to end it off. I'm happy for him that he's back. Obviously he's going to be let go. But I think this is – when Nick Foles injured, this is the only move you can make, and I'm happy to see that he has one more shot to prove himself.
With Nick Foles with Nick Foles playing or Mitchell Trubisky playing, the end result.
Yeah, I know I didn't pick.
You didn't pick
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah. Okay. No. as much as excited as I am, this is going to be a blowout win by the Packers, no doubt. The Packers are better on offense, better on defense, better on special teams. So they should win this game.
I don't know if the Packers are necessarily better on defense. I don't even think that's an arguable point. But moving forward, with Nick Foles playing or Trubisky playing, we're going to lose the game anyway. But Mitchell Trubisky is arguably more fun to watch play because at least sometimes, he'll be running on 3rd and 20s. So if we're going to lose a game, I'd rather lose in style. And I have Mitchell Trubisky the quarterback. But again, if Mitchell Trubisky, if this is a turnaround, if we go 6-0, I need to see him at least win one game or play good in one game before I can pick him. So I got to go with the Packers.
Yeah, it's not really much of a debate for me. Let's be realistic here. It's not like Mitchell Trubisky's gonna come out and like score like 6 touchdowns or anything like that. I mean, he could have a good game. Don't get me wrong, but like against the Packers, I feel like this is a huge test. If he somehow like clutches up, like the Bears win this game, that's a lot of respect towards Mitchell Trubisky. But if we're being realistic and we're looking at Aaron Rodgers and their offense, I don't think the Bears defense can stop them. And obviously, the Bears have not a great offense, so definitely the Packers on this one.
Well, if we're being realistic, Russell Wilson is never throwing 6 touchdowns either, all right? Let's get that clear. And if we're being realistic, once again, Mitch Trubisky is going to lead the Bears to a win this week. I'm blasphemized on all you harsh, Ari. Oh my gosh, come on now. You got to have some support, man. I'm so excited for this game, and I truly believe that it's going to go down to the wire. Aaron Rodgers has not faced this type of defense this whole season. He's about to be pulverized throughout this whole game. Aaron Jones has been playing lackluster as well. You got to have faith in this Bears defense, not only, but with Mitch Trubisky at the driver's seat, with the weapons we got. Boy, oh boy, we are going to look like a different team, and don't you worry. All right, guys. Well, it's safe to say we got quite the 12th week of the 2020 NFL season lined up for us. We got the Bears and Packers game, which is going to be one heck of a game to watch, and along with many others. As always, guys, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below your predictions for this upcoming week. Guys, have a great Thanksgiving. I'll catch you guys on the next one. See you guys. Thank you.